opportunities for people. And so we do have some things like Thai mat massage, lomi, which is Hawaiian massage, bamboo, do Reiki energy work, and we do some other add-on treatments like cupping, ion foot cleanses, reflexology, that sort of thing. So I'm just really blessed to have a wonderful staff that I couldn't have gotten through the pandemic without them being willing to come back. And we took some risks coming back after being closed for a year. After being closed 4.5 months, we've actually been open a year now. That's the point I wanted to make to you. And only being allowed to open at 50% capacity because there's no social distance in massage and body work. So I took that time to really figure out how to safely do massage and body work, and we've been very fortunate that we have not had any incidents where we had to close due to COVID. And our regular clients slowly came back. We have clients from hotel who travel back and forth, people who pass through, local clients. We do couples massage, we do birthdays, we do anniversaries, we have individual clients, bachelorette. So for me, I would like to do the same thing every day. Every day is different in our world, so I love that. And I love giving people the first experience in a spa. We had another daughter. The daughter was 8 years old that we worked on last week, and that was just priceless to see this little girl's experience and ask her what her favorite thing was about getting some body treatments, and she loved the facial part of it. So anyway, we love what we do, and we really could not have done it without the supportive community. So I just have to give some total props, and I just from the bottom of my heart say, I never felt alone during this pandemic because right away, Lancaster City Alliance was shouting out to us and saying, how can we help you? And forming committees and lots of podcasts and lots of Zooms. And then also, we had opportunities for grants. Assets came along and said, we have PPE for you. Recovery Lancaster with the Lancaster Chamber's support, CRIS. Just so many people were saying, how can we help you be successful? How can we help you re-energize and retool your business? And I think as business owners, we know we always have to monitor and adjust and take the temperature of what's going on in our industry and how we can tweak things to be more successful. And that's what I did, and I was like, okay, I'm going to now be working differently. We were working longer hours, putting more time in between services so we could clean, and I just felt so blessed to be able to get vaccinated back in January as a healthcare worker so that I could feel more safe about providing massage to people, and then also, being able to just say, what could I do differently with my business? So I added some new services. We added CBD massage, so I was able to support Hempfield Botanicals, which is locally sourced, so very excited about supporting another local business. And then also added an immunity boosting aromatherapy massage, and that was all very well received. So the other thing that just end with, is that I feel like I've been a volunteer, and so I just thought, during this opportunity of, we're all kind of struggling in one way or another, I wanted to try to continue to do shout outs on social media of other businesses. I'm in a great situation where I can refer people to your businesses, so if I don't know you, I want to get to know you so that I can tell visitors to the Marriott who may be staying overnight or may just be here for a convention, how vibrant our industry is and our community, and so I want to be able to let them know about you. So I do a lot of liking and sharing and commenting on social media. I invite you to do the same because I think that's how we can all support each other, and then also, of course, shopping local is so fun. I can't wait to get into some of the new businesses that I haven't been able to experience yet. And I invite you to get in touch with me if you would like to have a tour of Mandarin Rose, or if you'd like to know more about what we do, give us a call or check out our website at mandarinrosespa.com. So thank you and have a wonderful day.
Cook to make sure we do their debt. The garage will be open by the end of this year, so it's approaching very quickly. We'll have a dedicated entrance into 101 North Queen. So for anyone having business in 101 North Queen, we'll be a door taking them through to that facility, and it's also available for anyone else to park in, monthly parking as well. The other components of the project, you have a new public library. Public library just sold their other building in anticipation of moving to this site. It's going to be a new 40,000 square foot public library, 2 levels, occupying the first 2 floors. You can see the public library also to the north, a teeny bit to the west, northwest at the top. Their front door entrance will be from Ewell Plaza, 40,000 square feet. The parking garage will be entered and exited from Duke Street. So the entrance will be in supposedly the back. To most people, it's the back. To me, it's the front. You know, I want to know about people coming and going in the garage. So that's the front to me. This is the front to everybody else. The library's probably going to be, and Cindy will probably hit on more key dates for those milestones for the library to be open and moved in after the Ewell Plaza work gets done that Cindy will touch on. If you move to the right, to the west, northwest, there will be, at street level, there's retail space that has yet to be determined. Originally, Penn Cinemas was looking at renting that space from us. They kind of backed out. We're undecided at this point because we haven't even put it out to market yet. You know, what will go there, we're going to make sure it's appropriate for the square and the plaza. Above the retail is actually event space. So if you go above the retail, the event space will tie right into the Holiday Inn. So right now, if you walk by, you'll see second floor Holiday Inn doors there that are not open, which lead to one of their ballrooms. They'll have an outdoor event space for whatever they want to do. Then above the event space, there'll be a green roof. Okay, so the green roof component captured there. So they're the key elements of the project, very, very briefly. And I'll turn it over to Cindy to take you through on the fabulous Ewell Plaza work.
Actually, Cindy will be using the microphone. Oh, if you wanted to walk around, that's fine.
She already touched it.
I already touched it, yes. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to go through, more of the city's side of the project, which would be Ewell Plaza, and just talk a little bit about how that came to be and what elements are included in the plaza. So back in, actually this started in about 2018. So summer of 2018, the city had started outreach related, during Celebrate, trying to get out into the community. There were various outreach efforts through our Department of Public Art helped a lot with this as well. But these were some of the key elements that came out of that public outreach and what people were looking for to include in the design of Ewell Plaza. Obviously, the tree canopy to offer shade and shelter. Obviously, everyone remembers what Lancaster Square was like and how hot it could get. So I think the tree canopy was identified as something that was important. A flexible lawn space, different gathering spots. Also, the plaza will provide access to part of 101 and Q, some of the retail spaces on the first floor. So being able to have some outdoor dining options. Making sure that there was a good street edge between, the sidewalk and the plaza. So making sure it was inviting for people coming into the plaza, for people that are just walking along the sidewalk. A flexible event space, opportunities for art, highlight some of those, variety of seating areas, and accessibility and inclusivity for all. So this is a plan view, and I apologize if this is hard for people to understand, but I'll try and orient you. As Larry mentioned, the parking garage is this area here, along with the library. The retail space he was talking about is here, which is next to the hotel. And then this is 101 NQ as we travel around here. So this is, there were two designs that were developed by our consultant, Megan Reichel. And ultimately, this design was chosen. It was called the abstract rose option. So it was trying to sort of play on the red rose for the city of Lancaster and creating sort of an abstract type rendition of that rose. So this was the design that was chosen. It was ultimately, obviously, refined after the concepts were chosen. And it included a lot of different amenities listed here. As I mentioned, the seating along 101 and Q, and providing access as well. One of the other things that happened with this project was back in 2019, the city had to install this portion of the project as 101 and Q was opening up to ensure that we had access to that building. So that portion of the project is already installed currently. Which was mainly streetscape, hardscaping pavers. So the other thing is a lot of seating options. So you'll see a lot of planters here with built-in type benches. They're sort of scattered throughout the plaza. There's movable furniture to also provide additional seating options. The open lawn area provides seating areas, but also could be used for event space. There is a seating area here, and I have some renderings that will show more of a perspective of what some of this looks like. But this could be used for a stage, for small type events as well. This area over here, we coordinated with the library to make sure that this was something that they could use. So there's areas for kids to play in the grass area, and also sort of a seating area for story time or any other events that the library may want to have. And then there's a pergola here with some hanging swings, so some fun elements to that seating option as well. As part of the project as well, I'm not sure that we are adding a bus stop. For people for the bus stop, which will be located here in front of the plaza. And then we're also adding a mid-block crossing for pedestrians that will connect Binns Park and Ewell Plaza. That was another important part of the project, is to make sure that we were connecting the two parks. I'm sorry, the one other thing I didn't mention was an important aspect, is a Christian Street connection. So we are providing a connection through, I guess Larry is providing the connection through the garage to a pedestrian access to Christian Street. So this is just another way to sort of open up that area and provide accessibility from different directions.
I also forgot to mention public art.
Public art, yeah, we need to get into that.
I'll let you handle all that.
So here's a bird's eye view, basically, of the plaza, showing the different elements. So we'll go through some of these perspectives that the consultant developed. Here's, looking at the lawn area. We're basically near the 101 NQ building, looking north to the lawn area. Here's the garage and the library and the retail space. And this would be across the street for the county building. So you can see the stage and the lawn area and the sidewalk that is adjacent to Queen Street. So you can see there's this very open connection to Queen Street.
It's their colors, not gold.
Right. It's gold. Okay. Yeah, the renderings were made early on, so we wanted to make sure we weren't giving any preconceived notions about what the parking garage or structures around it look like, and trying to focus on the plaza. So yes, the look of the garage will probably be much different than what's shown here, obviously. So here's more of a close-up of the stage area, and here's the connection to Christian Street. You can see some of the outdoor dining along here. And this is in the front of the library area, providing the green space as well as sort of seating area. And you can see a lot of these planters have sort of built-in seats all around them as well. In the background, you can see the pergola that has the swings underneath that. Here's here's just another view of looking towards the library, where the library would be located, and the stair tower for the garage. And the idea is that there would probably be there is some retail or other uses along the side, so maybe some flexible seating area or different seating options. And here's just a view from Queen Street of the mid-block crossing and looking into the plaza from that.
Is there ever a decision made, Cindy, on the crosswalk between Binns and Ewell, any traffic calming at all?
The crosswalk is basically just a crosswalk with some advanced signing, similar to what you might have like on the 0 block of North Queen with at Granite Street. Maybe some signage in the street, but there's some signage on the side as well. But we think the activity and that kind of thing will improve the flow of traffic through the area. As more activity and more things going on, it tends to calm drivers down through the area. So this is the abstract, the sort of the center of the abstract roads area. The idea is that this area could also be used for event space or temporary art installations. There were some, utilities, electric and water provided nearby, so if it was ever needed for some, temporary art, those types of facilities that can happen in this area. You can see the pergola as well with the swings on this side. And this is just a view looking into the plaza from the south side of the plaza. So basically, if you're on the sidewalk on North Queen Street, just looking into the plaza. So as part of that, we're also looking at Christian Street and how we can try and activate that area, since we're providing that pedestrian connection through, from the plaza over to Christian Street. The opportunity has come up now that the connection between the hotel and the Duke Street garage has been eliminated. That's opened up Christian Street to provide more of a through street. The city has started. We've already completed phase 1 of Christian Street, where we're making Christian Street more of a bike boulevard, improving safety at the intersections, and we're taking this opportunity to try and better activate Christian Street as it enters into the downtown area. So we're working with adjacent property owners right now on developing some concepts for what Christian Street could look like as well. And the next project we will have will be from Chestnut to Orange Street, looking at intersection safety improvements as well. So that we're taking that opportunity now to try and activate that space. And then, as Larry mentioned, there is public art associated with this project. One of the main things with it being named the Ewell Plaza, where they're wanting to recognize Barney Ewell, so there is a statue that is going to be placed sort of at the forefront of the plaza here at this location. As I mentioned, there is temporary art that can be installed at this location, and then there's also the public art associated with the garage. So that process, they've just finished up getting public input related to the public art for the garage. Design is anticipated to, some options will be developed this fall, and consistent with the rest of the timeline of the project, we're anticipating that that would be installed next year sometime. As Larry mentioned, the garage, go ahead.
Excuse me, are you holding an RFP or issuing an RFP for the art?
That process has already been completed. The artist has already been selected. So they've gone through, public input this past few months, and they'll be developing concepts or designs that the city will be evaluating.
I noticed that the food vendor kiosks that were part of the initial concepts that were developed are no longer shown.
Right.
Will there be opportunities for, say, food trucks to park in the
think, yeah, that, you might have even seen that in some of the renderings. I think that is, something that is definitely an option. I mean, Queen Street has already been used for food trucks when we've closed it in the past, so I think that would continue to be an option. Yeah, those kiosks were originally in sort of these areas here, but due to cost and I guess concerns with programming as well, they were eliminated from the project. Also, there were concerns with sightlines and that kind of thing, so keeping something more open for better sightlines into the park was also a consideration. So just for the timeline, so as Larry mentioned, the garage will be wrapping up by the end of this year. So we are anticipating starting the plaza construction in January of next year. The design is complete. We currently have it out to bid. So contractors are looking at the plans now. We'll be providing bids to us at the beginning of September. So we'll get all those contracts and things in order by the end of the year. We anticipate it's a 6 to 8 month construction period, and then so we're saying by the end of the summer of next year that construction would be complete. As Larry mentioned, the garage will be complete before the end of the year, but I believe access will only be from the Christian Street side to the garage because we won't be able to allow pedestrians through the Ewell Plaza to access the garage from the Queen Street side. In conjunction with that, we'll be starting construction of Christian Street in the summer of next year as well. And then the public art, as I mentioned, would be in that spring, summer time frame as far as the public art on the garage would be installed. So we have a lot going on, and but we're very excited to see the progress that's been made so far with the parking garage. I don't know if anybody's been out there, but just watching them bring those precast pieces in and lift them up and sort of place them on the structure is pretty amazing. So I'd encourage anyone to go out and just sort of watch what's going on there. But are there any other questions?
Cindy, are there any plans for public restrooms on the plaza?
There are public restrooms in the parking garage structure. So there will be public restrooms there. The idea with the Christian Street connection is that it may end up being gated during certain times, and those bathrooms are behind the gate for that Christian Street area.
Just the public restrooms are an issue that I believe needs to be addressed. I don't know.
It's a
whether I should
constant.
be talking to you.
Yeah. Please don't touch me.
But if you could talk to the person that I need to talk to, that would be appreciated.
Right. No, it is a conversation that's ongoing. As we try and balance the various needs. Adriana.
I feel like the problem here is just maybe this question, but can you talk about some of the bicycle infrastructure that is going to be open into the plaza? I didn't see anything like bicycle racks or anything like that.
We have.
Also, I think earlier in some of the renderings, there was talk of maybe that crosswalk being raised. My only concern is, as a person who drives and rides down Queen Street pretty often, in the 0 block, nobody stops at that midway crosswalk, and especially when there's parking right up on it. The sightlines are really, really bad. Is the parking going to be right up on there as well?
I wanted to say the traffic engineer in me is going to say this car isn't going to be here. So yeah, it'll be a minimum of 20 feet in front of the crosswalk, that there would be no parking there.
How many parking tickets do I have to get my name on a brick? On my face? Because I think I've never hit that threshold. But just curious. I know there's not your answer to
So I don't.
that. I probably wondered on myself.
Just so to answer there will be plenty of bike parking. We are trying to accommodate, a lot of the bike parking that was required for the parking garage is going to be in the plaza area. So there is definitely bike parking in this area. I can't remember if there was maybe some back in this area as well, I believe. So there will be plenty of bike parking associated with the plaza.
There's no bike parking here at the convention center, so I would tie it to a stop when I got here.
Susie, did you?
On Christian Street, that's a nice kind of boulevard walking path. How wide is Christian Street on the walkway right there? How wide is that?
I believe it's 22 feet in this area. The idea would be to take out that sidewalk that currently exists. This is looking towards Orange Street from Marion, basically. So the idea is that we would take out that sidewalk, which is not really wide enough for anyone to actually use.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
and then
It'll be so tight and you'll-
parking is going to be, I believe, removed from that area as well. So it becomes more of a shared pedestrian boulevard.
Is it gonna be one way or two way?
It's going to remain one way southbound.
For vehicles.
Right, exactly. Jeremy, for vehicles only. Obviously, it's two-way for bikes and pedestrians. So. Yes.
Is there any addition to that right away to go from the convention center to the train station has been discussed?
Yes, as part of this plan, the vision plan, we are looking at it so obviously we already did, basically from the train station. We haven't really gotten a good crossing over McGovern Avenue, but we do have it from that area up in the north down to Chestnut Street right now. So this vision plan looked at it from Chestnut Street down to Vine Street. So that is the more overall plan. Obviously, we still have a lot of details to work out related to that, other sections. And so we're focusing on this section right now between Chestnut and Orange, but that is the ultimate goal, is to provide a connection. Yes, John?
I can just emphasize one thing, to expand a little bit on one thing the city says. I serve on the public art board for the city of Lancaster, and so our board is working in conjunction with the city staff and the artists from Miami. So they are going to be coming back to Lancaster sometime later this year. I think we're still waiting to learn about when that happens. At that time, the last thing I heard is that they're going to be coming with multiple concepts. And so what I would ask this people in this group to do is please be on the lookout for that. And when if there will be a public meeting or some sort of a community forum about that, where we want as much input and feedback about that as possible. So I know I'm sure there will be a lot of opinions in this room about that. So please be on the lookout for that. When that comes, please join in that meeting and give that feedback to the artists. The more they hear from our community, the more likely we are to get art that we love and we're proud of. So please watch for that and join in on that when the opportunity comes along.
Thank you, John. I appreciate the additional information. And just for everyone's information, if you are not already aware of the city's public participation platform, it's called Engage. If you do a search on City of Lancaster Engage, it'll take you to that page. If you sign up, then you receive information about new projects coming on. So I'd encourage everyone to go to that website, because that would help keep you informed of any engagement that the city may be doing. Are there any other questions? Okay, well, thank you very much.
To do a couple extra days this year instead of just a normal week, to really allow retailers to benefit from having 2 weekends of running the event, especially after the past year and a half. I think we all could benefit in that way. So this year we have, as of yesterday, I believe, 68 participants, which is made up of different merchants, retail stores, boutiques, salons, online participants as well. So it's been really great to have such a great turnout this year. we like to say it's kind of like the sister week of Restroom Week, which is held in April, and really just a great opportunity for people to get back out there, go to your favorite store you haven't been to in a while, or check out new spaces. I know working downtown myself, sometimes it's hard to get out when we're not working, so it's really a good opportunity to get out there and see what everyone else is doing and learn about some new spaces here in the city. With all the participants, everyone is running some kind of special promotion or deal, and you can learn more about that on the website, which is lancasterretail.com. So all the participants are listed there, as well as the promo that they're offering. One of the big things this year, we are focusing on our amazing tote bag that we have here. I know we had some in previous years, but this year we decided to go with one that was a little bit bigger. So we are selling these for $15 each. You can buy them at the Visitor Center or at Swedish Candy, or you can also buy them online. And on the back includes some of our amazing sponsors and partners who we've been really lucky to work with and have really made a difference with helping out this year. Along with the bag, we're also running a social media contest. So the main premise is just snapping a selfie and using the hashtag
LCIRW 2021.
Yes, LCIRW 2021. And if you use that, one person will be chosen to win a prize, and they can choose between either $100 in downtown dollars or a gift basket from the 300 block of North Queen Street, and that's valued at over $300, I believe.
We're gonna have two winners.
Two winners, so both of those will be going out. I do want to mention all the great sponsors and partners that we had, which were listed on the back of the bag. So Lancaster City Alliance, Lancaster City Office of Promotion, Discover Lancaster, Willow Valley Communities, Leeds, 300 block of North Queen Street, Eklund Development, J.A. Sharp Custom Jewelers, Space, Good 3, Fig, LP, and Susquehanna Style. And I want to give a special shout out as well to Kathleen, who has been really helpful in guiding the ship with the committee, as well as some of the other committee members, Kate Farbo, Laura Horia, Emily
Seville.
Just want to check. Lauren Atkins, Matt Hannigan in the back of Group 3, as well as all the other committee members and really all the participants, just for supporting the community. And I think we're all really excited, that we're mostly in person again and back to normal. And I know we want to continue some of this momentum beyond just this week with connecting, the different retailers and merchants within the city to have some other great events, not just during Retail Week, but throughout the whole year. So that is it.
We're also running a promo video that we did the main of our network, TCP, which has been getting great feedback so far. So I don't know if that helped out at all, but we're going to do that here.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, we've had some really good promotions. I know personally I've seen some of the ads running, so it's really great to see that. And hopefully
We
there's people
saw
doing
a
it out.
bump in online participants signing up after your online promotion. So it did indeed help. Can you tell everyone where they can find TCP, the professional network?
You can find us on Facebook, TCP Network, the Cultural Professional, or on our website, thetcpnetwork.com. We also have a mobile radio station, so you can listen to some music while we're practicing.
One thing I forgot to mention on the website, definitely check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Just giving shout outs to all the different participants this year. I know Kathy and Emily are working really hard on that, so it's looking great. And enjoy the rest of the week for the retail week and try to get out and support as many businesses as we can. I know I try to do that myself.
Marketing committee met this month, and we discussed special presentations to come. Our August meeting will be at the bin room in the Ware Center, and we're going to have a special presentation on the upcoming Music Fest, both launch and Roots and Blues Festival, and ways that we can invigorate First Friday and make it a real destination. It already is a destination, but we want to make sure that all of the business community is both participating and benefiting from it. In September, we have a really dynamic marketing presentation that will get everyone set up for the holidays. It's marketing in a post-COVID world, and Chris Bradley is putting together a panel discussion with leaders, local leaders and marketing specialists. More on that will come. November, we're having a special presentation on the holidays in the city. The committee distributed welcome packets. We're still seeing new businesses opening in the city. American Dragon Fine Art Gallery on North Duke Street, and Nano Grill, which opened July 14th at 451 East Mifflin Street. The MIM committees also decided to return to in-person meetings on a quarterly basis. And we also changed the format of our in-person meetings. We used to meet at a restaurant for lunch every month. And we decided that is limiting to all members of the community who would need to make literally an investment to join our committee to purchase lunch. And now our in-person meetings will be held at various locations around the city, including the LCA conference room, and occasionally LCA will cater a lunch and purchase it for the group. But other than that, we won't be dining at our meetings anymore. So to make our committee open and accessible to all the small business owners in our community. And that's it, but I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge this wonderful room and the setup and the technology support, and send out a really sincere thank you to Josh Novak, the general manager of the Lancaster Marriott at Penn Square and the Lancaster County Convention Center, to our own Kevin Malloy, the executive director at the Lancaster County Convention Center Authority, and to Jason Thompson, and yes, let's give Kevin a round of applause. And to Jason Thompson and Cliff Starr, who are team members here at the Convention Center, who were such a great help in the planning of this, and everyone on the team at both the Convention Center and the Marriott. We have this room for free. We had our refreshments as courtesy of the Marriott and the Convention Center. We're very grateful. This was a wonderful way to celebrate our return to in-person meetings. Thank you.